Hi, it's Cheryl with Caribou Country Lifestyle. So here I am downstairs again, getting things organized for my 2023 growing season. I've been going through my seed order catalogs. I still haven't gotten Lindenberg's yet, but I went through my last year's seed catalog and I made a list of what I want to order from this year's. I might even just go online and print off an order form, because you can do that, and maybe just even put an order in. I think you can access the book online too, so I might check that out and see if I'm able to do that, because they might have some new varieties of flowers or vegetable seeds that I could get. So I made a list of seeds that I need. I did write some seeds down that I thought I needed, and then when I went through my seed catalog that I have, that's my plastic Photoshop boxes, when I went through those, I was able to scratch off some of the seeds because I still had some, and I don't want to order the same thing that I already have. If I have lots of it, I don't need to worry about ordering it. So some of my seeds that I will be ordering this year, I have my list, and I'm getting the Black Beauty eggplant. I did the Vittoria eggplant last year, and I only have 5 seeds left. So what I'm thinking I'm probably going to end up doing is maybe I'll just start a couple of each of the Vittoria and also of the Black Beauty, and kind of compare which I like better, and then I can go from there. I'm also ordering a couple of gooseberry plants. I have 1 gooseberry plant and I'd like to get 2 more, and they're about $10 each. And then I also want to get a couple of red currant plants as well. They're good for jams and jellies and fresh eating as well. I'd like to try those. I'm ordering the Marvel of Peru, the 4 o'clock flowers, the osteospermum. I planted those last year and I really liked them. I'm trying a different shade. Last year they were a straight purple color, and this year it's going to be a purple bicolor. Not exactly sure what that's going to look like, but it sounds nice. I'm also getting pansies. So I ordered my pansies this year for next year. So I'm ordering strawberry cream pansies for next year because I start them quite early, and I have the Swiss giant pansies already, so I can start those this year because I start them earlier. I'm also going to try some sweet pea seeds, and these ones are streamers mixed, and they're kind of like streaky colors, and it's white with red in it. And what I want to do with those is, with our fence that we have going around the garden, Jamie actually has dug me a little trench kind of underneath along the fence line so that I can plant some climbers. So I'm thinking, sweet peas, morning glories, and a couple of clematises too. And I'm probably only going to get 2 clematises because they average about $15 each, whereas with the morning glories and the sweet peas are a lot cheaper. You can start them all by seed and you can get multiple plants out of that. So that's what I'm thinking with those. I'm getting some lemon basil. I have been watching a few YouTube videos how people have been making lemon basil tea. I would like to try that. I'm also getting lemon balm and lemongrass. Got a little bit of a lemon theme going on right now. I also want to get some red onion seeds to start my own onions. Last year I bought a multi-pack of onion sets, and it had a white onion, a red onion, and a yellow onion in it. But I've heard good things about starting your own seeds, so I want to try that. So I needed a red onion seeds. I've already got the Elsa Craig onion seeds, and I have a Walla Walla sweet onion seeds as well. So I'm excited to try those. And then I have my Hardy annual bunching onions that I always plant every year, and I start those just from seed. I put them right into the ground. I'm going to want to try some Big Bertha peppers. They're quite a short season pepper. I think they're like 60 days from the time that you set them out. We have a short growing season. We live in a zone 3. We live in the Cariboo, which is central British Columbia. And so we're in a zone 3, and we have about 110, depending on our weather, could stretch it into 120 days. I'm also getting asparagus seeds. Now, I bought asparagus crowns. This will be my 3rd year for my asparagus crowns, so I get to pick asparagus this year. Yay, I'm excited about that. But I want to get some more asparagus plants. So I'm buying seeds this year. When I bought my asparagus crowns, they were the same, the Mary Washington, when I bought the crowns, and I got 16 crowns. Now I'm going to buy the seeds, which is also the Mary Washington seeds, and I want to start some more, and I want to just add in spots where I could use more asparagus plants. So I'm doing that. Now moving on to my TNT seed catalog, I'm going to try this Hakuri salad turnip. And it's a sweet turnip, from what I understand. It's great raw, or it's really good baked. So I would like to try that. I do the rutabagas, and I really like the rutabagas roasted in the oven. So I want to try these Hakuri salad turnip. It's new in TNT catalog. And I can't remember how many seeds you get, but it costs like $4.35 for the pack. Then I also want to get the honey nut squash, and that's a butternut squash, but it's individual size butternut squashes. And I'd like to try that as well. Also I'm getting some more cell trays. I'm going to get the 60 cell tray, and that's good for your tomatoes and your peppers. So I'm getting 2 of those trays. Some of my bigger ticket items that I am hoping to order, we'll see how much I'm spending. So far, it doesn't look like I'm spending that much, which is great. Usually last year, I think I spent over $300 or somewhere in that mark, and I don't think I'm going to have to spend that much this year, but who knows. I would like to get some hoop wires, and I want to do some in-ground growing. I'd like to try the no-dig method in-ground growing. So where we had our pigs last year, I'm wanting to plant potatoes, and I'm wanting to also do some squashes. I'm hoping to get the mashed potato squash, which I tried to do that last year and my seeds didn't take. And they're brand new seeds, so I'm hoping I have better luck at growing them this year. So I would like to get these hoop wires, and they're a 9-gauge wire. You get 10 hoop wires for $32. I am also would like to get some more sweet potatoes. I'm hoping that I can try and do my own sweet potatoes by buying a sweet potato and then having it, put it into water and start my own vines off of the sweet potato. But if that doesn't work, then I'm going to order these sweet potatoes. You can get 5 sweet potato vines for $26. So those are some of the things that I'm wanting to order, and I have them on my list. I figure with my Lindenberg seed catalog, I'm probably looking at I want to have at least a $60 order, because once I have a $60 order, I don't have to pay for shipping and handling. And we live in British Columbia, Canada. And I really like that feature about Lindenberg. And Lindenberg seeds are actually quite cheap. And they have a really nice catalog. I remember when I first started ordering through Lindenberg, it was all the pages were just newsprint paper. All the pictures were black and white. I mean, they had good description. The catalog is it was nowhere near as big as it is now. Now they have the glossy pages, lots of colored pictures. I mean, they've really come a long way. They've been in business for quite a while. And so I have been ordering with Lindenberg for probably at least 25 to 30 years. I just started ordering through TNT, and I like a lot of their the variety that they have, but their prices are a bit more, and you also have to pay for the shipping and handling. That is where I ordered my Haskap bushes and my elderberry bushes, and also the sweet potatoes. I've ordered the sweet potatoes before. I got those through TNT because I haven't been able to find another company that I could get those plants through. So there is a lot of good features with TNT as far as that goes. So here I have my 2021 sketch of all my raised beds that I had on paper. And I was saying how I was going to have to do my 2023. Well, there is my 2023 sketch. So the difference between last year and this year is last year I had my cattle panel hoops, the vertical hoops, going over these two beds. And then on this side, I had it on these two beds. And this year, I'm putting them across these two beds going this way, and these two beds going that way. This was I was talking about. My fence line is across here, so I plan on putting my vining plants, morning glory, sweet peas, clematises, across this fence line just to kind of pretty it up a bit, and then I will come down this way a bit too, so that'll be nice to have those vines on there. The thing I want to talk about is your some people use a seedling starter mix, and I have used seedling starter mix over the years, but last year, I think it was last summer, or maybe no, it was the summer before, I found the Sungrow. So they're both Sungrow mixes, and this is a bale. These bales have 3.8 cubic feet, which is 107 liters. When you get a bag of the seed starting mix, you're only getting about, I don't know, 8 to 10 liters in a bag. And that nowadays is costing you, I looked at Walmart and it was over $8 for that bag. I picked up this bag, which is 107 liters. I have two bags. I have this one, which is the Pro Growing Mix. And then I have another one over here, and it is another bale. In this one, the ingredients have your sphagnum peat moss, perlite, dolomite lime, and it also has a wetting agent in it. And in this one, it's your sphagnum peat moss, perlite, hydrogel, and a dolomite lime as well. These are both a soilless mix. I've had this one open because I was using this last year. So here, this is very dried out. And this here, this has the perlite in it, and it's really dry. So before I even go to use this, what I'm going to do is I am just going to pour water right into this bag. I'm just going to add some water, let it moisten up. It doesn't take long to moisten up when it's dry like that. This bag I haven't even opened, but this bag I have, and it's quite dry. But like I say, I'll just add some water to it and it'll moisten up just perfectly. So I just wanted to also talk about, having a good quality dirt to start your seedlings in as well. And I will probably use up this bag here this season, and I possibly could be opening up this bag as well for my seed starting mixes. So I also wanted to kind of touch base on seed starting mix as well. Another thing that you could also add to your seed starting mix is when you've got it mixed up, and usually I will mix mine up. I'm just going to grab a container. I'll put my dirt into one of these containers just because it's so hard to maneuver and work out of these bags. So I have a big scoop and I'll scoop it up into this container. And I'll also add a little bit of my organic fertilizer that I have. It's just a 5-5-5 ratio blend, a good balanced mix. And I will just add like maybe a handful of that fertilizer to this mix and then just stir it in and mix it in really good. So that's another thing to add to your list of things that you need for starting your seeds. Last year I bought these 20 row trays, and they just have the individual rows here, and there's 20 rows to them. Well, I didn't get the actual trays to be able to put them in, so these ones have the holes in them, and I didn't get the actual trays that you would have these sitting into. So I went to, we have a local gardening growing center here called Halls and Herbs, and they actually have quite a bit of variety in there if you're interested in doing hydroponics growing, and they have tons of fertilizers and lots of beautiful houseplants. I couldn't believe, I'm not much of a houseplant person. I seem to do better planting seeds to put out in the garden than I do trying to keep a houseplant in my house. Anyways, I found these short trays so that these fit perfectly into them, and I don't have to worry about, whereas if you see these are deeper than those. These are regular trays and they're a lot deeper. I got these ones, and when I looked in the catalog to order these trays for the 20 tray seed starting trays, these were actually $5.10, whereas in the catalog they were $5.99 a piece. So I had a little bit of a savings there. So that's good. I've got these trays now for those. Then I also found some more regular size trays, and these actually were only, can't see that close, $1.89. I picked up some of these at our local feed store and they wanted $3 for them. So $1.89 is a heck of a lot better than $3. I also picked up some 72 cell trays, and they were $4.60 each. But I like these because they are quite sturdy. They're a nice sturdy tray, and the ones that I have been getting aren't very sturdy. I like the big holes in the bottom. You're able to push your plant through out the top without having to wreck the tray by squishing it and trying to squeeze your plant out of it. I also found it's like a honeycomb tray. This is 105 cell tray, and I got these for $3.25. Again, they're a sturdy tray, a very quite a sturdy tray compared to ones that I have purchased. And again, it has the hole in the bottom so you can stick your little pinky finger through and be able to dislodge, or you could even, actually my pinky won't fit through that, but you could put the end of a pencil in there and push it through to get your plant seedling out of the top of it to be able to plant. So I was really happy to go to this place. I actually was going there with a friend. She wanted to find an amethyst light, and I ended up finding all this stuff there, and so I was really excited about that. So got a few more things that I need, which saved me from having to order them out of the catalog too. So eventually my husband is going to actually start making my plant the light stand for my new LED lights that I'm going to be getting. He's going to start building that. He's right now in the process upstairs in my kitchen, and he is installing my backsplash tile. We actually purchased this tile 2 years ago, and he's decided to install it. He's started today, so he's just getting the backsplash up, and then that has to set for a day, and then he's going to start putting the grout. So it's a white backsplash, and we ended up picking up a charcoal grout to put in between the tiles. So I'm pretty excited about getting that done. I'll have to show you when it's finished what it looks like. I think it's going to be amazing. So that's all I have for today. Oh, another thing I wanted to say, when I actually did up my page that I did with my raised beds and I put it all out on paper, I don't actually have to redraw all of those little boxes. I actually just take the old paper, stick it up against a window and put the new paper over top of it, and then I just lightly trace the boxes, and then I take a ruler and go over it darker with a ruler and a pencil, make my line straighter, and then just erase the temporary lines there, and do all my outlining of my fence and my gates and my garden shed and everything. So then I'm not having to try and replicate that from scratch. I just trace over it on my kitchen window, and it works out great on a nice bright sunny day. It worked out really good. So again, thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like the video, throw a like in there. And if you haven't subscribed, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. So thanks for joining me, and we'll talk again soon. Bye for now.